Welcome to Roots from LNER, now BLT or G&T. With food and drink delivered to your seat, it's freedom all the way with LNER. Welcome to The Quiet Coach on Roots from LNER. I'm Jenni Falconer, and on this episode we are diving very quietly into the travel mind of singer-songwriter Ella Eyre. It's nice to have you back.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on this journey with us.
I heard snacks and I'm right there.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be talking about that because this is it. It's the big three: snacks, hacks and tracks, which I feel like we've got a lot to discuss. We have touched on snacks a little bit, but I feel that you have a lot more to give on this.
Always.
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 Can I start by asking you, though, when you are away from home, how do you wind down?
How do I wind down? I love a good skin routine.
I mean, your skin is amazing.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I think from a young age, I just remember my mum with all her lotions and potions. And so I definitely picked that up. And particularly when I was in Korea, the skincare out there is insane. So I went to town and I had a good time. So yeah, for me, winding down is a nice moment to sort of like be in touch with yourself and sort of reflect on the day, and also, you know, like look after yourself. It's really nice to sort of give your face a massage and to, just drink water, hydrate, all that.
Yeah. Is there, of all the places you've been to, is there any place that you feel has changed you the most?
Changed me the most? I think it's a really hard question to answer because I'm a Londoner. You know, it's very hard to change me through and through. But I suppose I went to school in Somerset for a couple of years, and I think that definitely gave me a different perspective of life and a broader vision of the world.
Oh, I mean, being a child that's grown up in London, to go off to school in Somerset, it's a completely different vibe.
Yeah, it's a different pace of life. And I don't get me wrong, I am actually a country girl. I do love horse riding. I love being outdoors, as I said. So I think actually, probably Somerset changed me the most because I was very much an urban kid that was doing this, that and the other in terms of activity. But then, you know, then you go down to the countryside and activities, but in a different way.
Yeah. Okay, what about the place that's inspired you the most?
Place that's inspired me the most, probably Japan.
I knew you. I just had this. I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah. For many, many reasons, and probably a lot in indirect ways as well. But like, I love the cooking culture in Japan. I've came back with quite a few knives, cooking knives. Pride myself on my knives. No one's allowed to put my knives in the dishwasher, type thing. And so yeah, it really inspired me to open my eyes a bit more in terms of cooking and the way that we live lives as well, actually.
I've just got a vision of your kitchen, just these amazing knives and lots of little microwavable poached egg containers.
I actually don't even know where those pots are. It's been a while since I've been on a tour bus. But yeah, no. When we're doing the poached eggs, we do them properly. We get the vinegar.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, well, let's get into your snacks, tracks and hacks then. So let's go straight in with the food. Snacks. What are the foods you have to travel with?
I love a biscuit. But not just any biscuit, a Jammy Dodger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, I like to eat the outsides. And then, I know you didn't ask, but...
No, but there's a way, everyone has their own way to eat these things.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the way, to eat the jam for last. Love it. And actually, when you've got a nice Yorkshire tea and you dip the Jammy Dodger in the tea and it soaks it up nicely, and then you suck off the biscuit and then the jam melts. Oh, it's an experience.
I mean, that sounds like a biscuit that will not dissolve when you put it in the tea, because there are plenty that are rubbish for that game.
Oh, no, it's pretty rubbish. You've got to be quick. There's an art. There's a skill.
I love that. I love that you do this. Okay, what about when you're there's no tea available.
Okay.
There's no biscuits. What else?
I love a crisp. Well, that's actually one of my favourite things about travelling, is that particularly when I go to different European countries or Asian countries, different flavors of crisps.
Oh my God, there's I mean, Japan.
I love it. Yeah.
Japan has every flavour under the sun.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you seen the Japanese flavoured Kit Kats?
Yes. So my auntie loves a Kit Kat. So I went to town when I bought back all my stuff from Japan. I bought her, I think, at least 4 different types of Kit Kat flavours.
Were they disgusting flavours? Because there's some quite unique ones. Like, I think you can get wasabi flavoured Kit Kats.
See, I would take that, to be honest. That sounds like a bit of me. But I would say that, there was a mango one that I wasn't too sure about. A mango Kit Kat. And maybe like a custardy one.
I'm not sure how mango.
Caramel custard, I think it was, yeah.
Oh, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah. I mean, I just love matcha. So the matcha Kit Kats get me going.
I mean, that's massive here now as well. So you don't have to go to Japan for your matcha anymore.
Yeah, it's true. But it's when you go to Japan and then you buy it and it's like 50p as opposed to the £4 that you're paying for the traveling that it's done.
This is so true.
Yeah.
Let's go to tracks.
Okay.
Okay. What music are you listening to when you're away? Do you listen? Like if you're on a train, will you listen to music?
It depends. Sometimes I'll be listening to Roots podcasts.
Obviously, that goes without saying.
No, but I love a podcast. I really do. I really find it interesting hearing about other people's lives, and particularly when I'm traveling, I like to listen to recommendations and things that I should go to. And so I love a podcast, but I do also love listening to music. I love listening to Amapiano, which is like a South African deep house. And that's really good for traveling because sometimes those songs are like 7 minutes long and you don't even know that they're that long. And so time has passed by the time you finish that playlist.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have your own playlist? Have you created one yourself?
Oh, I've got loads of playlists, yeah. Like, they don't really make sense anymore.
Do they have titles? Because this is what I always find funny when people do their own playlist and they call them something.
Yeah.
You're like, Ella's travel music.
Yeah, I think about my playlist titles too much. I have this like really strange fear that when I die, people are going to look at my playlist titles and be like, what's she doing?
Go on then. Give us some of them.
Yeah. Well, give some of them.
Give us some of the titles.
There's one called Whatever This Is.
I love that.
And I think there's one called Chilly, which is like sort of dreamlike chilly music.
I like that a lot. With your podcasts, I know that you said you do like listening to like conversations. Are there any in particular that you kind of regularly listen to?
I love Off Menu. Really love that podcast because I love food. And I've had my off menu in my head since I was born. I'm ready. So I really love that. And I get really upset when people don't like drinking sparkling water. But I also love a good crime, sort of, not a drama, but a documentary style where you get to hear some really gory stuff. Just because I just find it fascinating to understand that that's how that stuff goes on in the world,
Yeah. God, there are so many good podcasts out
Yeah,
there now,
there's some
aren't there,
great
as well?
ones.
Do you listen to music when you work out as well?
Yeah, of course. I have different varying workout playlists. But again, I also quite like listening to a podcast sometimes. I don't know what it is, particularly if I'm doing something quite mundane like cardio. I quite like to just lock into a good like audiobook. I love an audiobook actually as well. Yeah.
I've got to listen to an audiobook while I'm doing like a run or something. Everyone says it's the way forward.
Yeah, I was in a book club last year. It's sort of dismantled now because everyone got lazy. But one way of me keeping up was to buy the audiobook as opposed to the book. And yeah, it was a good way of making sure that I was hitting some reading milestones.
With your book club, how long did you give yourselves to read the book?
I think we were giving ourselves 2 months for 2 books.
Okay, that's doable.
Yeah, there was so many times I didn't finish it though, and so many times I would, be piping up with my opinion. But it was a really lovely way to get together. We'd always, we went to boarding school together, but a lot of us live in different parts of England and the world now. So it's quite nice to have a reason to get together. It would be at someone's house, they cook, and we chat about the book for about 5 minutes, and then we, just catch up. And we were doing that every 2 months.
Are these like the friends that you've had the longest then?
Apart from the Wild Bunch, yeah.
And are any of them in the same kind of industry?
One of my friends is a journalist, in a showbiz journalist style, but not really, no. Well, actually, one of my friends is like a sort of fitness influence as well, but yeah, we've all ended up with different trajectories.
But it's nice that everyone comes together with so many different backgrounds as well. It's lovely.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Yeah, it's really cool. Nice mixed bag.
Let's talk your hacks now. So I want tips and tricks that make travelling more enjoyable. And with the amount of air miles and train tickets you've probably got stored away that you've used up, you must know a thing or two about travelling.
The biggest thing for me is just comfort, and I think that I loved travelling with my own pillow, not one of the neck ones that you see at service stations, like an actual pillow that smells like home. I think that's quite nice, particularly if you're going away for a long time. When I go to America, I have a kettle, a mini kettle, because in every hotel, I've spent quite a lot of time in America, particularly when I first started making music, and every single hotel only has a coffee machine.
You're right.
Yeah.
They never have a kettle.
They never have a
kettle. So if you want
kettle.
a cup of tea for your jammy daughters, Not a chance.
Yeah, and then if you want hot water, it's going to taste like caffeine. So I think after a few long stints in LA when I was younger, where I just wanted a lemon and ginger tea, or any kind of tea, or noodles, if I was feeling lazy. So ended up finding myself the smallest travel kettle I could that worked with American plugs, and just got myself a little American kettle.
Excellent. Okay. It's good. But it is, you're right. If you're on the road for a while, these are things that you soon realise they need.
Yeah, dying for a jammy dodger and a English breakfast tea.
Sticking with hacks, is there any kind of supplement or anything that you use when you're travelling?
I love me an electrolyte. Something that I use a lot as a vocalist. It's just really good to replenish your salts and just reset. And so, especially, those see-through bags that you get when you go to the airport for your 100 milliliter. That bag is like my little goodie bag because it's got my electrolytes in it, but it will also have like a face mask. And I'm a sucker for a face massage. I really love doing it. I love doing it in the sauna. It's something that I've started to do quite a lot, quite regularly, just to, get the blood pumping around my face and I really like luminous skin. So that little see-through bag has got all my sort of lotions and potions and my electrolytes. So particularly for a long haul flight where you can start feeling quite tired and your eyes are puffy, that's what I like to take. I also like to ask if I can for a cup of ice, and then I put the ice cubes under my eyes.
God, you've got a whole routine.
I just like to feel good when I land, particularly if I'm landing in a hot country.
Yeah.
I don't want to feel sticky.
No, fair point.
Yeah.
Do you suffer badly from jet lag?
Yeah. I don't know why I was about to lie. Yeah, I am for sure. I mean, I'm pretty good at plowing through, but I would say particularly when I came back from Japan, that was the most tired I've ever been. I was falling asleep in the middle of the day, sat up. So yeah, it can affect me quite heavily, but I do my best to try and get on the time zone or get my head around it before I get there.
There's loads of tricks, aren't there? They always say get your head into the time zone, sleep on the plane, don't sleep when you arrive.
Yeah, and get some daylight. Yeah,
or you I get there and then have a little nap, and I'm like, no, never do that.
Something like, well, it depends on what time you're landing, doesn't it?
True.
I guess I just work out what time I'm landing and what time I want to be trying to be getting to bed. But once you're in a time zone, I think once you're waking up in the morning, it's important to get out, get some daylight. Don't drink caffeine after 4 p.m. And just try and stick to a regular-ish routine if you can.
See, that must be so hard if you're performing and you have jet lag. I mean, because often these gigs and everything you would do would be in the evening.
Yeah.
And if you're feeling tired, how on earth do you keep yourself awake then?
Do you know what? I think adrenaline. I'm one of those artists that loves performing live. I really get a kick out of it. So I think that once I'm side of stage and I'm ready, it's quite hard for me to not be excited about what's in front of me. So, you just power through. Yeah. But maybe after a long leg, you are a bit done out.
Do you get to that stage then after a long leg where you're like, right, I just want to go home and have a tin of soup and just be in my own bed? Do you ever get homesick?
Not really, no. But I actually think now I would, now that I'm a bit older. When I was younger, I was traveling the world in ways that I'd never seen before and done before. And I was also traveling the world with my band who were like my family. So, it was quite easy to feel like I was home a lot of the time. But now I have a dog. And I do have a bit more of a base. I can see myself missing home and wanting to come back. But I think also boarding school set me up nice and proper for time away from home.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I get it as well. When you have a dog as well, sometimes it's just nice to take them with you and have some chilled out time walking.
Yeah, totally. I took my dog to France when I went snowboarding a couple of years ago, and I just love seeing him in the snow, and that was a really cool thing to do.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
Yeah,
have you taken him to the beach as well?
Oh my gosh, he loves the beach. Yeah, he loves Brighton Beach. He loves sucking on a stone.
Oh, lovely. Honestly, thank you so much. We're almost at the end of our Quiet Coach episode now, but before you go, will we ask all our guests this question? Are you ready? What have you learned about yourself as a traveller?
I'm pretty robust in most scenarios, and I don't love problem solving, but I can get to it. But I do also have a limit, and when I hit the limit, it gets pretty wild. But I just mean in terms of if you land, I remember this one time I went to Thailand and I was connecting in Helsinki, but it was, my connection was late and I was landing in Helsinki and it was the last flight of the day, so I was going to have to stay there, but my phone had died and I didn't have a European plug and I was going to Thailand for work. And so I remember, we were coming into Helsinki and I was like, I have no idea what I'm going to do when I get there. Like, I don't know who I speak to. And then what made it worse was that we came out of the plane and there was no one there to tell us what was going on if you missed the connection or anything. And so that was the one time I had a significant, I say internal, but I didn't quite keep it, internal meltdown.
I'm not surprised. That's it. It's how much we need a charge phone.
Yeah.
There's a moral to that tale.
Yeah, I mean, especially because I just wasn't expecting to be in Helsinki for the night. And, you know, they didn't give me my bag back. And I was meant to be, you know, singing the next day. So it was just a lot.
Did it all work out okay?
Yeah. Yeah, it always does. Yeah.
I feel the frustration and panic for you there.
I think somebody gave me a charge or something and I just managed to get the information I needed. But it was, oh no, there was a button on a wall and it just had the airline. It was so random. I was just like at my lowest moment, I think I was on the floor just sort of going like, what do I do next? And then I look up and there's a button on the wall with the airline above it and then help. And then I pressed it and then that was it.
And then that was it.
It was like a movie.
It does sound like that.
Yeah. You always work it out in the end.
Well, it does work out. You just have to lie back and
Have to breathe.
That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you once again, Ella, for joining me on The Quiet Coach with LNER. Ella's new album, Everything in Time, is out on the 21st of November. And if you like what you heard today, why not rate and review wherever you get your podcasts and make sure you follow us. We'll see you next time. Clear your inbox or think outside the box on LNER. It's freedom all the way. Roots from LNER is a Distorted production.